She-Hulk nods to MCU trivia by laughing in your face. But wait, that's not a bad thing. Although Mark Ruffalo has become the go-to version of the Hulk for modern fans, it's important to remember that the Marvel Cinematic Universe's Green Giant was first played by Fight Club and the Grand Budapest Hotel star Edward Norton. The Incredible Hulk picks up with Norton's Bruce Banner hiding from the US military in Brazil, while working on a bottling plant to maintain a stress-free life and prevent any Hulkouts. Norton not only starred in the film, but was also developing a story for a sequel with Marvel, which was ultimately scrapped. The actor opened up about what he wanted to do with the character to the New York Times Magazine, saying, "I laid out a two-film thing, the origin and then the idea of Hulk as a conscious dreamer, the guy who can handle the trip. As it turned out, that wasn't what they wanted, but I had a great time doing it." Ultimately, Ruffalo replaced Norton going into 2012's The Avengers, and he's arguably a much better fit for the MCU as it is now. It's hard to imagine the American History X and Birdman star going all in for the likes of Thor Ragnarok and the Avengers movies. This all makes it rather surprising that it took 12 years before a joke was made at the actor swap. She-Hulk Attorney at Law Episode 2 follows Jennifer Walters as she tries to figure out how to navigate her legal career now that she's become a superhero celebrity. She winds up leading the superhuman law division for a prestigious firm, and her first case is a tricky one. Jen is tasked with representing Emil Blonsky, aka Abomination, in his upcoming parole hearing. The villain from The Incredible Hulk has been locked up in this Supermax prison since the end of his fight with Bruce, making for the perfect time for She-Hulk writers to throw in a sly joke about recasting the big green guy. In She-Hulk Episode 2, Jennifer is conflicted about accepting the position at Goodman, Lieber, Kurtzberg, and Holloway law firm because she's given an ultimatum. She'll have a job with them, but only if she agrees to take on Blonsky as a client. If she refuses, she'll be back on the job hunt. Since Abomination tried to kill the Hulk, Jen has some feelings about representing Blonsky. Even though she's already made up her mind, she calls Bruce to get his blessing, and he tells her it's totally fine. Turns out Blonsky took the step of writing Bruce a letter and even a haiku many years ago. And the two men have since put their violent past behind them.
That fight was so many years ago, I'm a completely different person now, literally.
The joke is low-hanging fruit, but it works. In fact, it works so well because Marvel already used it once. Remember the actor switcheroo for James Rhodey Rhodes between Iron Man 1 and Iron Man 2? Terrence Howard portrayed Tony Stark's best friend in the first film.
Next time, baby.
But he never got his next time. Instead, Iron Man 2 saw Don Cheadle take up the role. How they acknowledged the shift back in the day?
Look, it's me. I'm here to deal with it.
He is hoping Edward Norton took the joke better than Terrence Howard did.